Magda.
Yes.
Hello. Hi.
Hi.
Welcome. You've been making music since the mid-90s.
Uh-huh.
Do you remember how did you first come into contact with this kind of music? With DJing?
Yes. It was funny actually. It was by accident. I was going across the border to Canada to this industrial night, and all of a sudden they were playing this weird techno stuff. So
You were living in New York or Detroit at this
I
time?
was living in Detroit, and yeah, so someone gave me a flyer, and I looked at the address, and it was just down the street from my house. So what is this? So I went down, and yeah, it was some local DJ playing. I don't think you guys know him, Twans. Anyhow, it was minimal techno, Daniel Bell style from that time. I just thought, this is so strange. All these freaks here listening to this weird music, but I loved it. I loved the atmosphere, and I obviously took time to get into it, further understand it, but that was my first.
And that was the first time you actually went to a party like that? Because what attracted you to go there in the first place then?
I was dating a boyfriend who was into that, so he took me there. Yeah, but I loved it right away because there was such a good mixture of people, all kinds of people, all subcultures, and this futuristic music. So I was definitely intrigued.
And then now you've been playing for around 15 years. Can you see a development from when you first started until now? In style?
In what way?
In style?
In my style or in general?
No, well, your style first.
Definitely. I mean, huge. I think every environment I've been thrown into has definitely changed and shaped the way I play. I remember first coming over to Europe and trying to adjust and trying to understand how to play and what works. It was tough because I was coming from New York from a more experimental angle, and it didn't really work. So I kind of learned to build a groove better and to be slower in the mixing. So
how did you know it didn't really work?
you can tell.
by the people that don't dance?
People
or
confused on the dance floor, kind of have dancing, kind of not. You know, you want to make the people dance. It feels good. You don't want to play and people be scratching their heads. But it's constantly evolving. I'm constantly learning something. Trends change, music changes, so you adapt a little bit, but you always have to adapt in your own way with your sound to those changes.
But you do follow the larger trend then?
Pardon?
You do follow the larger trend of
I don't think
music.
so. I wouldn't say so, but for example, let's say 6 years ago, I could not hear an acid track. I was so over it because it's just too much. And just now, like, yes, acid again. So it takes time. Everything comes in waves. House was dead back then. Now it's huge. I mean, I come from Detroit where I was influenced by all those elements: electro, house, techno, funk, soul. So I have all those bits in me. So it's fun to adjust when you know, if techno's bigger, then I remember, oh yeah, I have some of those records. Start pulling those house. I remember some old house tunes. So.
And now you have your own record label. Is that something you have to do as a DJ or producer when you've been in the business for so long?
I mean, I was lucky. I didn't have to really produce much. I sort of was able to make it just from DJing, but I think that's tough. I think now it's the opposite. People produce, that's how they get known, and then they DJ. Is it necessary to have a label? I don't think so. There's 10,000 labels. It's nice to have a label. I enjoy it.
But isn't there kind of saturation with the amount of labels there are and
oh yeah,
details?
huge oversaturation.
It's hard
what
to
can
get.
You do?
It's hard to get a new DJ. Like, is everybody onto? If there's a new talent, do you have to fight to get him onto your label, or can you?
No, we don't do it that way. I mean, a lot of cool demos we release, I've gotten in my travels, just from random CDs or people we meet. Yeah, or if something catches my ear, then we get in touch. And it's very relaxed. It's easy. We don't have to fight for anybody, and we don't want to. We wanted to serve a platform for some up-and-coming artists, if we can.
What do you look for in DJ?
Someone that has their own style that does not play hits or give way to what's hot, what's trendy at the moment. Someone that really sounds unique.
Okay, last question. David Guetta was named the #1 DJ yesterday.
Okay.
Your reaction to that?
Sorry?
Your reaction to that?
I'm not surprised at all. I mean, you have to say he's a great producer for being able to make hit after hit after hit constantly. It's not my kind of music, but good for him.
Do you think you can ever become the #1?
I don't want to be.
No?
I don't think that's for me. I don't think what I like, what kind of music I like, would ever reach that level. So, I don't see that happening.
Thank you.
Thanks.